All right, let's get into the Week 10 matchups.
For Week 10, we got Cincinnati and the New York Giants on bye. Just two teams.
It's not bad. It's not a bad bye week. And most likely, well, I mean, I don't have Jamar Chase. You won't have Joe Burrow, but other than that, it's not.
I think I'll survive.
Yeah. But the first game on the docket is Thursday Night Football, Baltimore Ravens at Miami Dolphins. The over-under is 47.5. We both went under. And the reason I went under, which I'm assuming you did too, is because it's a short week. I mean, Tua's not going to be the quarterback, I don't think. And I think the Ravens take this one. I think you could play both sides.
Yeah, and Miami's defense is decent, so.
Yeah, true. So it could be a competitive, keep the score low, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets with a 48.5 over/under, and I went under.
I'm going over.
You went over.
Yeah, I'm doing what you did last week. Okay. I'm just taking the high road. And by the way, last week you beat me 4-2 on over/under. So she's wearing the invisible crown this week. That's unfortunately.
Nice. It feels nice.
Yeah, I bet it does. So over. I'm going over because I think you're going to see Mike White in this whole game. I hope he's in this whole game. And the Jacksonville Jaguars just beat the Buffalo Bills, so why can't the Jets now beat the Bills?
I'm just a little nervous about the Bills' defense.
I know. Well, that's the thing is the Bills are definitely, like, it pains me to say this, but they're definitely a better team. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point. But the Jets' defense, when they do show up, they're pretty competitive. It's a pretty good game. Like, their offense was there last week. They got 30 points against the Colts, but it's just their defense just didn't show up. I mean, the Colts were running all over them. So, yeah, I'm going to take the over on this one, and you got the under. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at the Washington Football Team, 51.5 over/under, which I thought was pretty high. So we both went under on this one. And
it should be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'd play both sides in this one too. You know, just remember, if I don't say that, I mean that. Tampa Bay, you're obviously going to play everybody on that team. And Washington Football Team, just temper your expectations going against Tampa Bay's defense. But both of these defenses are pretty good besides the cornerbacks on Washington, I think.
The Atlanta Falcons at Dallas with a 53.5 over and under, and we both went over.
Yeah, this one's interesting because Atlanta did look good this past week. They do have like some great weapons like Cordero Patterson, Russell Gage, Kyle Pitts. And Dallas didn't look so great. So it's almost like maybe this could be a competitive, high-scoring matchup, and that's why I went over on it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be a little bit of a shootout.
I mean,
their defense, the Cowboys' defense was pretty decent for a hot minute there. Something happened last week, but...
Yeah, Trayvon Diggs had a bunch getting thrown right in his vicinity, and he just didn't even go for him. The cornerback for the Cowboys. So hopefully he gets some this week, and hopefully that scores above, so we're right on that. New Orleans Saints are playing the Titans. The over-under is 44.5. I went under on this one just because both defenses seem to be pretty good, and I feel like they're going to keep the score low.
Yeah, I went over. I can definitely see it being under, but I took the over.
Which team do you think is going to be the winner?
I'm going to say the Titans.
Yeah,
Titans
I was thinking so too. Same thing. Yeah, they showed up against the Rams. I think they're going to do it again against the Saints.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Colts, with a 47.5 over and under, and we both went under.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. I mean, I think you said Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
I think the Jaguars they got lucky against the Bills. I just don't think it's going to happen against the Colts. I think the Colts are going to beat them, but I do think the score is going to be up there. I just don't think it's going to be at 47.5. If anything, I'm thinking low 40s.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Colts take that one.
Yeah, I'd say so. Detroit Lions playing the Steelers. That should be a fun one. 43.5 over under. And we both seen what the Steelers and the Lions can do, so we both went under.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be funny if this was the game the Lions finally win?
Oh my God. Seriously.
Cleveland Browns at New England with a 45.5 over and under, and we both went over.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think you can play both sides easily on this one, and both defenses show up. I think there's a good chance that this could be a trap game too, though, and it could be a low-scoring game because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see what the Patriots have done these past few weeks, and the Browns what they did this past week without Beckham. It would be fun to watch. I think that's going to be a high score game. Minnesota Vikings are at the Los Angeles Chargers this week. 51.5 over under. We both went under on this. I just think that's a high score. I think they're great teams. I think they could put points on the board. I just don't see it being that high.
Carolina Panthers at the Arizona Cardinals with a 45.5 over under, and we both went under.
Yeah, another one. I think Cardinals are going to smoke the Panthers, but they're not going to run up the score that much, I don't think. Like, I could see them winning by like 2 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, the Panthers' defense is pretty good, so I don't think it'll reach that high.
Right. There was nothing better this past week than to see Stephon Gilmore picking off Mac Jones, though, as like a return game. That was kind of cool. Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver Broncos, 44.5 over under. I'm going under on this one just because I feel like it's another one of those trap games where you think it's going to be high because, Jalen Hurts moves the ball around. But I just don't see the Denver Broncos performing as well. I think the Eagles are even going to win this game.
Yeah, I took the over on this one. I just think that if they can continue what they just did at the Chiefs, then
it's possible. Yeah, no, it's totally possible. If you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see her pointing her finger up. Otherwise, that's not audible. But anyways, Seattle Seahawks at the Green Bay Packers, 49.5 over under. I'm going under on this one.
Yeah, I took the over, but it kind of depends on if Rodgers is playing or not.
Oh, 100%.
So,
yeah. I mean, and that's another reason why I picked up Russell Wilson. I mean, Rodgers could get suspended through this whole COVID protocol thing, so that would be interesting, especially if Rodgers doesn't play. This is definitely going to be under 49.5, but I still think it's going to be, but I understand you going over. I mean, it makes total sense in this game.
Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders with a 51.5 over and under, and I went over.
Yeah, it seems like a game where the score could run up, but I'm going to take the under on that just because of how the Chiefs have been playing. I can't put a lot of faith in them right now.
That Raiders defense can be pretty good, so I don't know.
That's another thing.
Mahomes might have a rough one if he can't get his shiitakes together.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be. I don't see the score going up high because of that. The Los Angeles Rams at San Francisco 49ers over under 49.5. We both went under on this. I think for obvious reasons. I think the Rams obviously are going to be angry this week and are going to want to take it out on the 49ers. So I think they're definitely going to take this one, but I just don't see the 49ers keeping up with them and keeping the score below 49.5.